Covering the Universal Orlando Resort for over 5 years, you are listening to the Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 255 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast. I'm your host Tracy, and with me I have Lee.
Hello everyone!
Darren.
I'm gonna rise up, I'm gonna kick a little ass, I'm gonna kick some ass in the USA, gonna climb a mountain, gonna soul flag, I'm gonna fly on an eagle, I'm gonna kick some butt, I'm gonna drive a big truck, I'm gonna drive this world, gonna kick some ass, gonna rise up, gonna kick a little ass, rock flag and eagle! Happy July 4th, everyone.
And Hunter.
Brace yourself.
Rock flag and eagle, ladies and gentlemen. Rock flag and eagle. Happy 4th of July for us American people. Pendants from the other half of this podcast.
Don't forget, I'm not allowed back in because I stole 5 cents from the Mystic Fountain.
You did, you stole a nickel.
Yeah,
Can you imagine being reported for that?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Well,
and you stole from Give Kids the World.
I didn't, by the way. I would just like to hold my hands up and say I did not steal 5 cents.
No. I did really. No, I didn't.
Well, good, but how awesome was that? If
I was
anybody
cool.
listened, if you ever go on our Facebook page, and one of our friends did a Facebook Live from the Mystic Fountain last week, and the Mystic Fountain apparently listens to this podcast.
Yes. Well, don't all fountains. What else have we got to do?
It was pretty
awesome.
Yeah, it was kind of.
Yeah.
We were freaking out.
Yeah.
We
it
are
was
the
really
number one
cool.
podcast amongst the fountains.
We
Yes.
are. Yes, we are.
What's a nickel between friends?
Exactly.
Yes. So, 1 month and 27 years ago, Universal Studios opened its doors. Now, I was 15, Lee was 14, Darren was 6, and Hunter, well, he wasn't even a twinkle in his mother's eye yet. It was be another 18 months before I burst forth into the world.
Oh,
Verse 4th being the key. Like, she never recovered.
like Bullet Bill.
You ever seen the Kool-Aid Man commercials? Oh, yeah!
Okay, so 1 week and 17 years ago, Stormforce Acceleratron opened.
Uh-huh.
Now, I was 25, Lee was 24, Darren was 16, and baby Hunter was 7.
Where is this going?
Now, I don't know where I'm going with this, I just thought you should know.
Okay.
I'd still rather ride Acceleratron than Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey, hang on.
It took
Don't spoil things.
It took me 6 years to write an intro.
Okay, that's true. Yeah.
I'll never forget the opening of Stormforce Acceleratron.
There you go.
I mean, when you look at the pantheon of classic theme park attractions, you've got stuff like Pirates of the Caribbean, you've got the Haunted Mansion, you've got Jaws, rest in peace, you've got Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, but I don't think they've ever captured the magic like they did with Stormforce Acceleratron.
Exactly.
It's literally the only ride at Universal Orlando that I have not been on.
I think we
You know
need
what
to
it's good
rectify
for, Lee?
that.
You are?
You know what Stormforce Acceleratron's good for? It's when you go on Bilge-Rat barges and you're like, you know what? I need to dry off real quick.
Spin
Get
dry.
on with your friend, and like a shaggy dog, you cover all the passerbys that are waiting in line.
I was going to say, maybe if you go on, you don't go on with me, because I'm a maximum spinner.
I would puke.
You would if I went on with you.
If we ever release an album, that needs to be us. It's the 4 of us in our Stormforce Acceleratron vehicle.
Acceletrons. Nice.
Oh, man.
The follow-up album would be the Vomitrons.
For all the new people that might be listening to this show, this isn't how it normally goes.
It is.
Yeah, right.
This is exactly how it normally goes. Don't lie to these good people.
So how is everybody?
I have no idea what's going
Great.
Me too, Darren.
on. I'll preface this by saying Tracy and Darren are currently drinking alcoholic beverages.
Just a little.
Hunter, are you drinking anything?
I'm looking at this bottle of Smirnoff, but like I'm not ready for it just yet.
Is it empty?
What?
No, I mean there's still like a quarter of this bottle. You guys keep talking. I'll keep staring.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Absorb it through osmosis.
Yes.
Osmosis Jones.
Never seen it.
Oh, that was the property that Universal should have adapted for their DreamWorks park.
Okay.
Huh.
Not really. Please never do that. Was that even DreamWorks?
I have no idea what
I don't even know.
DreamWorks is.
I think that was Warner Brothers.
Oh, who knows?
No one cares.
Shall we start the show?
Well,
I think we should.
we've been going for 5 minutes already.
Oh, that's all right. Well, it's that time of the month. Oh, I mean...
What?
What I mean is every other show. I know it's weekly we do it now, isn't it?
it's
Not fortnightly.
every other week for
It's that time of the
birthdays.
fortnight for the birthdays. Maybe we should cut that and start again.
Jesus.
No, I like it. Keep it in.
So, Producers Club birthdays this month. We have the lovely Thomas J. Wagner, whose birthday is on July the 9th.
Happy birthday, Thomas.
Happy birthday.
I have to do that. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
And we have the also lovely Stuart Mallet on July the 10th.
Happy birthday, Stuart.
Happy birthday, you
I
jammy
know
guest.
Stuart will be attending Islands of Adventure on his birthday.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Good luck. You should have been at the studios.
And I hope-
No, trust me. There's a reason why he's going to Islands of Adventure that day. I've organised a little surprise for him.
Stuart, get one of those birthday buttons, buddy. It'll change your life.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yep. And I hope Princess Cora spoils you rotten. I
Yes.
do. And also, not a producer, but happy first birthday to Skull Island Reign of Kong on
is
July
it?
13th.
Oh, well, there you go.
Wow.
Hasn't that gone fast?
No, I still haven't ridden it.
No.
That is fast.
Wow, it's been a year since my first Kong dog. Sorry.
And credit to the attraction. I think it's only gotten better as time's gone on.
Awesome.
Just as they've
Good to
ironed
hear.
out the kinks, it's become a more
And close the
consistent
first row.
experience.
No, what?
Yeah, and close the first row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if they just fill it up with like audio animatronics?
The first half of the vehicle? Yeah, they need
Yeah. They like turn around and look at you all awkward. And if you're really lucky, you'll get the Brazilian tour group bus and they just like clap and sing the entire time.
to. Yeah.
Oh,
Front.
and it's not a birthday, but on Friday, which is the 7th, it'll be 9 years since the Flying Unicorn and Enchanted Oak Tavern closed to make way for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Oh.
9
Wait,
years.
9 years?
9
What?
years.
Whoa.
We
Like
never
almost a
rode.
decade, 9 years?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
never rode the Flying Unicorn as it was. And we never went into the Enchanted Oak either, I don't think.
We did.
No.
We went and had a
Briefly.
look.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I guess you should have, could have, would have, because it's the Enchanted Oak, and I use the word would. Get it?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We've lost all our listeners.
I think we lost them about 5 minutes ago, honestly.
I'm so proud because I've actually had time to look at the script beforehand, find out what's going on, and add to it. Are you not proud of me for doing some research?
I am, very much.
See, I deserve a drink. Or 3.
Indeed.
Yeah. So that's a
Ooh.
birthday.
Oh, no,
so
I have things to talk about too. Oh no.
Are you going to talk about how we haven't gotten a single announcement?
well, we'll get
Maybe.
to that,
We'll
I
get
think.
there.
We'll get to
Oh,
that.
I'm sorry, I haven't. Oh, yeah, it is there. Okay, never mind.
Stepping on toes.
Pipe down, baby hunter.
And he hasn't had a drink.
Not yet, he's looking at it. Osmosis.
Maybe that's enough for him.
Yes.
Here's a quarter of a bottle, he said. I mean, where did the other 3/4 go? Anyway.
Mm. Right, while I sort these boys out, let's go and listen to Maureen and see what she's got to say.
Hi, this is Maureen Deal from Autism at the Parks, and I'm reporting for the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, and I'm here at Universal Studios, Florida. And today I'm in the Woody Woodpeckers Kids Zone and reporting from Fievel's Playground and Fievel's Playland water slide. Now this area is designed for the younger kids, probably under 8 or 9 years old, and it's a lot of fun. Everything's larger than life because you're seeing everything from a mouse's point of view. There are several areas that the kids can climb up and investigate and crawl through. There's a section with water that they could play. They can't immerse their whole body in the water, but they can play in the water with their hands and things. And there's also a water slide. Now, this is a raft that goes down not a very high hill, but it does go down an enclosed hill, and it's a lot of fun for the younger kids. Adults can ride it with their, with one child with them. It's not a very big raft, or I've even seen adults ride it by themselves. And I would recommend this area, especially if your kids need to run around in a contained area. This is a really good section of the park that's many guests aren't even aware that is back here. And this has been Maureen Deal for the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, signing off.
Cool.
We've literally never been back there.
I don't even know what's going on.
And you know what's even worse? At one point, we actually had a child that would have really enjoyed it. What terrible parents we are. We just took them on Jaws and terrified them instead.
I do find it funny that these are the last Autism at the Park sections we've got from Maureen, and they're all in the area that's getting closed down shortly.
It's so sad. But exciting.
It is very exciting because I think they need a family property still in the parks, and Nintendo is absolutely going to be that.
Oh, without a doubt. That's going to appeal to all ages.
Even though we still technically have no idea if that's officially where it's going.
Yeah.
True.
But Universal is awful about keeping that sort of thing on the inside. You remember when Jaws closed and everybody's like, it's Potter, and they're like, we're going to wait a year to talk about it.
It's just going to be so weird to have E.T. sitting right there, like in the middle of everything. Like, hey.
Yeah, Darren, I feel the same way about like if they ever actually do something with Lost Continent. I know like Lost Continent has its fans, like the really hardcore Universal fans like us. But like when they finally do something, apparently Mythos is like off the table. So you're just going to have like this weird little restaurant in the middle of whatever else it is.
They could, I don't know. They could turn the vomiting face on the side into a wizard, I guess.
It is my favorite thing to Snapchat at this point.
The thing with
like
E.T.
all the
is,
filters work on that face.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Go on, Lee.
The thing they've said with E.T. is that they could route the entrance round to Hollywood. So effectively, the back side of it will just become a facade. So they can theme that to whatever they want, Nintendo. And then you'll just go into E.T. from a different direction. Yeah. So it won't
actually
be stuck out of place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that a lot, actually, because that queue is kind of like a holdover from the 90s, at least the exterior queue with kind of like the switchbacks and stuff. If they had maybe a little bit more where they can retheme it. I do think when the time comes, they're going to need to do like a complete redo of ET. Just as far as like
get rid of it. Why not?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I think it's important to have some sort of heritage in your park still.
No, they got rid. Let's face it, Darren's in agreement with me. They got rid of the best one. We disagree on which one was the best one, but we both agree.
Yeah.
And that makes sense to us because we've both been drinking.
So everything's on the table now.
Yeah. You know,
I feel like if you, Lee, you might back me up on this. If you get rid of ET, you get rid of, like, basically what you're saying is that you have no respect for anything that's come before, and all these attractions are releasable. Like, you don't have the promise of being able to come and visit in 30 years and your favorite thing still being there.
Agreed.
You might not be here in 30 years, though. We could all be blown off the face of the planet tomorrow.
I think that's the problem with it being a studios park with stuff being based on movie IPs, that not a lot of movies really do hold up over the course of 20, 30, 40 years. There's not many.
Limited space.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always going to be a problem.
Arguably, like, the most classic movies they have, like, based in the parks right now are just like your Jurassic Park attraction.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Harry Potter franchise kind of transcends film, I think. I think that's just part of the pop culture zeitgeist. I would argue Terminator 2, even if you don't like the attraction, I mean, that's still a film that people are going to look at 100 years down the line. Mm-hmm. But aside from that, it is very here and now. I think most of the properties are.
Yeah,
no, I agree.
I can't think of anything.
Well, you do have the Marvel stuff, but the Marvel stuff, you're also kind of dating yourself because it's not based on the MCU material. It's based on the 90s cartoons or the comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think those characters can last beyond that.
Yeah.
Well, time will tell.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Marvel Superhero Island, I think. If anything happens with it.
I think something will happen to Toon Lagoon before before Marvel CP around.
I hope so.
Well, the problem with
Yeah.
Toon Lagoon is like we talk about like the here and now and everything being a product of its time, but Toon Lagoon was kind of dated when it came out.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely. Yeah.
Except for like a character like Popeye and arguably Dudley Do Right. Like those are great attractions in different ways.
Mhm.
I am definitely more of a fan of Bilge Rat Barges, but those are not properties that were, I guess, widely regarded. Like it would have been interesting.
Not at all.
No.
But I think people
Yeah.
still remembered them at least. But it was on the outside edge of that, and
Sure.
I think anybody younger than me has not seen 99% of those things that they have in there.
Yeah.
So.
People
Yeah,
are riding
yeah.
those two attractions because the fun water rides, not because it's Popeye or Dudley Do Right.
See, we didn't
Yeah.
really get Dudley Do Right over here, did we? We got
No, but the
we got
Brendan
Rock-
Fraser film came, didn't it? Which I still haven't seen, actually.
we got Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yes.
I remember. I loved that, but we didn't get
Yeah.
Dudley Do. Obviously, we got Popeye.
Yeah.
I think the whole world got Popeye because everybody loved Popeye.
You know, you bring up a good point, Tracy. Like, could you imagine if we had gotten a Rocky and Bullwinkle like dark ride attraction where like Matt Hoffman is now or something like that? Like that might. I mean, even then, Rocky and Bullwinkle. Like, what was the last major thing? That was like
Well,
2000, right? Was
at
when
least,
the film came out.
Yeah, I haven't even
Yeah.
seen that either.
No, I haven't
Personally,
seen
I think maybe it like if you're going to keep the cartoon theme, then you're going to have to. It's not going to happen now because Six Flags has the franchise, but Looney Tunes would have been like the best thing.
Oh yeah,
Or maybe
without a
some of the
doubt.
Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Yeah. Oh
Rick and
yeah.
Morty.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty Land.
Cartoon Network, seriously.
Flintstones.
that'd be the way to
That was
go.
Hanna-Barbera, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
You know-
I think if you can get the go ahead, and I mean, if they could partner up with Cartoon Network, that would save that area.
Ah, it would be.
I just,
It could be
want,
awesome.
I just want to put it out there. Gravity Falls Land.
That's owned by Disney.
Don't care.
I would go for.
Marvel.
I don't care. I just love Gravity Falls at the moment.
I mean, Darren, you and I've talked about it at some point. I always like, what if we got like an Adventure Time like layover for Popeyes or something like that? I always thought that was like a cool idea. But
Yeah,
the problem with those cartoons is like cartoons are not like how they used to be, where
No.
they ran forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
And now pretty much the creators come out and they're like, hey, this is going to run for 5 seasons and then we're done.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think the weird thing is, I think if they do go into Toon Lagoon and they do whatever they're going to do to it, I think they need to take out at least one of those water rides. Well, I think we've talked about it, God
Two in
knows
one
how many
area.
times, that corner of the park is so water ride heavy.
Well, it is.
But
You know.
So would you rather give up one of the Toon Lagoon water attractions, or would you rather give up Jurassic Park River
it's
Adventure?
So difficult.
Because
Yes.
if we could get
Jurassic
a
Park.
if we could get a better Jurassic Park attraction, I'd be all for letting go of River Adventure. Say if we got the Jeep attraction instead, I'd be all for it.
I think given the choice, I would leave. I would agree with Darren. I would take Jurassic Park out.
Really?
Yeah.
Over Dudley Do Right?
Yes.
Because I definitely think
What?
River Adventure is
Is that
an
what you
infinitely
said,
better
Darren?
themed attraction.
no,
I
I said
didn't
I
say
would
that.
pick Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I just heard you say Jurassic Park, and I
I
assumed.
would take out Dudley Do Right first and foremost. Those
Yeah.
things.
The thing with Dudley Do Right is it's got that awesome drop, but that's all it's really got going for it.
It also has the most uncomfortable ride vehicles on Universal Orlando property.
I'm not 6 foot odd, so it doesn't bother me.
Yeah,
No.
and I would also take out the Matt Hoffman stage too,
Yeah.
and put an attraction in there right away
Absolutely.
because you're not even using it for Harry Potter anymore, right?
Or put a
So-
great show in there.
I'm not crazy about any of the recent films, but what do you think of that just becoming like Illumination Land? Or do you think that's getting too close to the DreamWorks property? Like they might have too much of a conflict there as far as appealing to the same market.
If I could remember what they'd done,
I
that
don't know.
might help.
Are we going to get DreamWorks in USF, or are we going to find that held over to whatever this fourth gate's going to be?
That's a
I mean, they're
possibility.
already incorporating it out in Hollywood. We just haven't really seen it over here.
True.
Or do
Um,
we see it go into Toon Lagoon in that area instead?
Maybe.
Yeah.
They've got the characters over there in that park. Well, a character, but it's a start.
Yeah. I mean, we already know Shrek is kind of on the shelf at this point.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's interesting.
Do you remember when we first started the podcast and we were going to get a Puss in Boots 3D ride
Well, they got a
in
was
the
it-
Shrek Theater?
Yeah.
Japan got that Puss in Boots coaster, didn't they? Was it Japan or Singapore?
Yeah.
Singapore.
Mm.
Well, I'm just thinking back to like episode like 3 or whatever, where we were talking about the Puss in Boots movie was coming out at that time, and we were talking about Shrek leaving to make way for just a Puss in Boots attraction in Shrek 40.
Yes, we did. Not on 300. You
Shrek
didn't join
40?
till 7.
Oh my god. It's been going on that long.
Just
Wow.
another question and Ogre's reproductive cycle. So,
Where were we?
Hey, you're hosting this thing.
I know. Oh, so it's Maureen. Yes, thank you, Maureen.
Oh, yes, that's how we got onto that.
I was just
Oh my
wondering
God.
where we were. Yes. Thank you for that, Maureen. We really appreciated it.
Mhm.
Right. Let me just quickly shuffle some things around. Now, there was something that I found the other day on TripAdvisor.
ooh,
Not often I find something, but I did. So recently, TripAdvisor released their top 10 list of theme parks from all over the world.
Wait for this.
Now, for the third year running, Islands of Adventure was number 1.
What?
Third year running.
I love Islands
Okay.
of Adventure, but there's no way on earth that it's the best theme park in... It's not even the best theme park in Orlando.
no, it pales in
Well, they're not even
comparison.
changing it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I love Islands, but it is not even on the same level of Universal Studios Hollywood at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely beats the dumpster fire that is Disney's Hollywood Studios right now.
Well, it's true. Funny you should mention Hollywood, though. Universal Studios Hollywood came in at number 5.
What?
Yep. And Universal Studios Florida was way down at number 8.
How? How is that?
I
mean,
thought about
Do they count it from all years? That's what I wonder. Is this just like all the reviews that they have on their site? Because like maybe
Assume
people
so.
are really hyped
It
about
could
Islands of
be.
Adventure when it first opened.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. You see, for me, I'm thinking, for me personally, Hogsmeade is superior to Diagon Alley.
Yes,
I think
I will
it-
agree with you.
I agree with that.
You walk in and you are basically in that street where you shop out of the movies.
But then it's weird. The people are going to be shouting it. They're going, what the hell? How can you say that Hogsmeade's better than Diagon Alley?
But that's my opinion.
No, I agree.
You know.
I love both of them,
I'm
but I
Diagon
prefer...
Alley all the way.
Yeah.
Right.
No, and I feel bad, but like even if you're making that comparison as far as like Hollywood's like Hogsmeade, like Hollywood's Hogsmeade is not like there's a lot of stuff that is not nearly done on the same level as the Hogsmeade is out here in Orlando.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's like a row there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like you can
Oh,
literally
yeah.
see they have a problem with sight lines here at Islands of Adventure too, but like their castle, you can tell it's just like this little corner that's shoved on this big brown box of a
Right.
building.
Yeah.
Like it is
there's like a
super
minion
obvious.
climbing on it. Like,
Yeah,
Like an etch.
like marketing, tie it all in together.
But my thinking is Hogsmeade's playing a major part in this
Possibly.
because it is stunning. You walk in and it's just this bustling wizarding village.
Especially now you've got the Hogwarts Express coming over. You go from Diagon Alley over there, and you're immersed in it from getting off the train, really, aren't you? Well, from entering sort of King's Cross, the other side.
And I know that for me, Hogsmeade over Diagon Alley comes down to another thing, which is Diagon Alley is one entrance. It's also the exit. Whereas Hogsmeade, because you can walk through, it actually feels like you're walking through a village, through a little town. I know you're not going into more wizarding areas, because it's not
Yeah.
kind of like a T-junction, which
yeah,
essentially...
from Dr. Seuss to Jurassic Park.
Absolutely.
Especially at
Is there
night.
any other way?
Like Hogsmeade at night is it's so
Totally.
amazing.
Hogsmeade at night when it's been raining,
Yeah.
when you get all
I
those
don't know,
extra
I gotta say,
reflections.
Diagon Alley is pretty awesome too.
It is. It absolutely is. It absolutely
Being able to
is.
see it during horror nights, they like keep like
Yeah.
a real nice warm glow in there. I think.
And don't get me
Maybe
wrong,
me.
Nocturne Alley is one of my favourite places on the face of the earth now. I
Yeah.
love it in there. But yeah, I've sat and thought about that, and I suspect that it's the Wizarding World
And these are the top
done that.
theme parks in the world.
In the world.
In the world.
Like, you're telling me Islands of Adventure? I'm sorry, I know I'm the
I know.
resident Disney guy, but like, there's no way Islands of Adventure beats out like Disneyland or something like that.
Well,
I love Islands.
Magic Kingdom or.
Well-
I mean, there's a lot of things that are better than Islands of Adventure. I'm sorry.
do you want
And
to
then
know
you're even
where?
looking at your other parks, like your Disney Seas and stuff like that. Wow, like That's really cool for Islands of Adventure, but like as a theme park, we're Universal fans, but as a theme park fan, that's kind of like boggling.
Magic Kingdom came in at number 4.
What are the top 5, Tracy? Do you have them?
I don't, because Lee actually buggered up me list.
I didn't, because I didn't put them all down, because no
I
one
know
needed
you
to know
didn't. I
them
wanted
all.
the whole list.
Hang on, I can probably find you quick.
I'm trying to remember where I had it.
Number 2 was Discovery Cove.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Wait, theme park?
I know, that's what I thought. It's a swimming pool.
Well, let's give it a little bit more credit than that, but...
I got to touch the dolphins.
It's a swimming pool filled with
5
dolphin wee.
stars.
Am I
It was
wrong?
so easy.
The dolphins get 5 stars. The dolphins get 5 stars. No, but for real. That is odd.
Yeah, it is.
So
It is.
when you look up Discovery Cove, it literally has its own section on Wikipedia that just says dolphin swim. Guess it, Discovery Cove can talk, touch, play, and swim with bottlenose dolphins. Like, no wonder it's number 2. You can talk to these dolphins?
Yeah.
Holy
That's
crap.
I've got it. Number 1 was Islands of Adventure. Number 2 was Discovery Cove. Number 3 was Europa Park. Number 4, Magic Kingdom. Number 5, USH. Number 6, Le Puy de Fouille, whatever that is.
It's France. The
Yeah.
beautiful.
Beto
That is my
Carrero.
favorite Ratatouille character, actually.
Beto Carrero World in Brazil. Number 8 was Universal Studios Florida. Number 9 was Epcot. And number
Where's
10 was
Ferrari
Animal
on
Kingdom.
this list?
Where's what, sorry?
Whoa. Epcot beats out Animal Kingdom, even with Pandora?
Yep.
Yeah, this probably was
What?
collated before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget, Pandora's brand new.
Yeah.
I think we'll see that leap up next year.
That's really what I wonder. If they're counting like all the reviews since the beginning of like the opening of all these attractions, and
You see, without Pandora, I'm wondering how Animal Kingdom actually made it in the top 10.
Hollywood Studios isn't there, though, right?
No.
No.
That's
Okay,
it's
that's-
garbage.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I said it's a dumpster fire.
straight to the point.
Well,
It has an amazing attraction.
It has
But,
two of my favourite attractions on Disney World property, but it's the worst park.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Hunter's left.
No. I'll agree
no
with you.
kidding.
I think Epcot's in rough shape too, but that's more of a struggle for identity.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of transition going on at the moment, though, isn't
I
there?
honestly feel like Islands of Adventure needs that state of transition like Epcot is going to have to go through. But like, I wish we had more. Like, I wish Universal would come out and be like, "Here's our 5-year plan for Islands of Adventure." Like, if they said, "Okay, you're going to get your Mount Crumpet attraction.
Yeah.
You're going to get a new dark ride themed to, I don't know, probably some sort of illumination thing. You're going to get your Secret Life of Pets ride.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Ugh.
You're going to get Jurassic World 2's coming out. We're going to do a massive overlay and redo of the Jurassic Park River Adventure." Like, if you told me all
if
that,
you're in the
I would be
orbs.
so excited.
If you're in the orbs, oh, I'm all for it.
There's a patent being
Yeah,
put out
and-
there for it.
Yeah.
Now, actually, if I'd scrolled, I found a bit more. Now, TripAdvisor said that the winners were determined using an algorithm that took into account the quantity and quality of reviews and ratings for amusement parks and water parks, not perks, water parks is something different, water parks worldwide, which was gathered over a 12-month period.
So there you
So
go.
there you go. It was
So
based on
basically,
an
they're saying
algorithm.
you Disney fans are just like slamming your heads against the keyboard, and the quality of your reviews
Depends on how
are
big your
not up
nose
to
is.
snuff for their algorithm.
Yes.
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if we hear some sort of announcement from Universal. Is it this weekend? Hunter When's D23? Is it this weekend?
I should have kept up better with that. I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
surprised there's not
it's
temporary
right around the
banners.
corner.
I think we
I'm
might.
surprised there's not temporary banners in front of IOA already. Number 1 theme park attraction. Number 1 restaurant, Mythos. Number 1 theme park restaurant for the years of 2005
Yeah.
to 2009.
Put it in front of everything.
Yeah.
Dudley Do-Right, your favorite cartoon from the 1930s.
Number 1 cartoon, 1930 to 1932.
Oh, descending into silliness again, aren't we?
Your
Yes.
favorite 1999 American comedy. And before anyone messaged me, yes, I know Dudley Do-Right was created in the 60s. Don't at me.
Right. While I just get a moment of calm for everybody, let's hear from our sponsors.
Hey you, that's right, you. Doesn't listening to the crew at UUOP every week make you wish that you were actually at Universal Orlando Resort? Well, stop wishing and start doing. Mouse and Muggle Travel Company is the perfect place to begin. Their team of concierge-level travel planners will help you every step of the way. From finding the right fit for your family and budget to customized itineraries and insider tips. They can handle it all. Even if a hiccup that is up to no good arises during your trip, Mouse and Muggle Travel Company will manage the mischief for you. And for you muggles who also love the mouse, their team of experts specialize in Disney destinations too. And the best part of all, their services are free to you. So, if you're ready to plan your next Disney or Universal vacation, let Mouse and Muggle Travel Company do all the work for you. Just go to mouseandmuggle.com and fill out a no-obligation quote request. Or send an email to info@mouseandmuggle.com. It's that simple. So what are you waiting for? Just raise your wand and repeat after me. Accio, phone. Didn't work? Muggles. Here, try some pixie dust instead. And remember, whether you're a mouse or a muggle, Mouse and Muggle Travel Company can help make your next vacation simply magical.
Right. Actually, we're going to go straight into a little things with Seth.
This is Seth Kaburski from the Unofficial Guides, and we're kicking off July with one of the biggest editions of all the little things around Universal Orlando that I've ever done. Let's start off with the most ginormous little piece of news of all time. As of July 1st, Universal Express passes are accepted at all Harry Potter attractions in Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida. Now, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more talk about this on the episode.
Yes.
But here are a few little points about that to note. One, it does work with Universal Express included after 4 p.m. with Premier annual passes. I tested it out myself on opening day. Number two, this does mean that the castle tour in Forbidden Journey is gone. For the time being, there is no non-rider castle-only tour anymore.
No
and
one ever
number
knew
three,
it was
if
there
you
anyway.
use the pass at King's Cross to ride the Hogwarts Express, you do still go through platform 9 3/4. The merge point is at the bottom of the stairs before the walking through the wall trick. And finally, if you use Express at Gringotts, you get to see all of the pre-shows, but you skip past the photo opportunity. If you want to do the photo opportunity, you can ask in the photo desk at the very end of the ride, and they'll bring you around to do it. By the way, the Gringotts photo opportunity not long ago got a green screen featured to it. So now when you get your picture back, it looks like you are standing in front of the goblin in the lobby. Let's leave Diagon Alley for a second and take a look around the rest of Universal Studios Florida. In the San Francisco area, scaffolding is down around the upcoming Fast and Furious ride, and we can see the beginnings of the ride's logo being painted onto the facade. The ET attraction, which recently reopened, had some nice work done to widen the queue and make it more accessible. However, there is one thing that's currently missing. The Botanicus animatronic that used to be in the queue is currently not functioning. I've been told that it's out for refurbishment, but that it may or may not return, depending on safety considerations.
Oh, Nina will
Likewise,
be
if
so
you hop
happy.
over to Islands of Adventure, the statue of J. Jonas Jameson, the owner of the Daily Bugle, who is in the exterior extended queue of the Spider-Man attraction, has been removed for refurbishment, and it may or may not return.
They don't know a
next
lot,
door
do they?
to that A new Marvel boutique has opened
darn
to
Spider-Man.
replace the sunglasses store that used to be next to the Auntie Anne's pretzel store and ATM. The store features some Deadpool merchandise and other Marvel Comics apparel and accessories.
Cool.
And at both Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida, you may notice that mobile payment is starting to roll out at cash registers across the parks and resorts. It's not yet available everywhere. I was unable to use it in Diagon Alley, but certain locations and more of them will let you pay with your mobile device, such as Apple Pay or Android. Over in the hotels, I'm sad to report that the Hard Rock Hotel has removed its long-standing payphone wall. If you had ever visited the lowest level of the Hard Rock Hotel outside the entrance to the kitchen restaurant, you may have noticed a long wall of payphones with photographs of various celebrities using those payphones. Those payphones during a recent refurbishment were all removed, along with the photographs. I'm trying to find out if those might be relocated or returned at some point, but for right now, they're gone, and I'll let you know.
They're for sale in the prop shop.
They may or may not return.
If you are looking for a way of getting to the Universal Orlando Resort from Orlando International Airport, you can now use UberX to hail a ride share from Orlando Airport. Previously, UberX was allowed to drop off at Orlando Airport, but only the more expensive Uber Black was allowed to pick up. Now you can use the cheaper version of Uber to get from the airport to Universal or wherever you're going in Orlando. That's all I've got for this big edition of All the Little Things. I'll be back in another couple of weeks with another look around the Universal Orlando Resort. Until then, I am Seth Kabrisky from the Unofficial Guides, Touring Plans, Orlando Weekly, and Attractions Magazine, and I'll be seeing you around Universal Orlando.
Cool.
You won't, unfortunately, sir. Not for a while, anyway.
No. So, thoughts?
I love the idea of them just like, hey, we need a little bit of extra income. What sort of props can we pull out of our rides to sell in the prop shop?
Yeah, true.
That J. Jonah Jameson's statue is going to show up. It's going to be great.
I want that.
Doorstop.
We're all going to pool our money together.
Timeshare.
We'll share it.
Yeah.
How much impact do you think the Express at the Potter Rides thing will have overall?
Significantly. I think you're going to sell a lot more Express passes. And I think you're going to, to the day guests, the people that aren't, or maybe the people that are staying at Sapphire or Cabana are now more likely to pay the upcharge for an Express pass if that's really what they're there to do. But to be perfectly honest, we're very fortunate to have a large enough outreach. And if you guys can, if you're staying on property, go for the early park admission. Like, don't spend however much on Express Pass unless you really, really need to. But if you want to, it's cool that the Harry Potter attractions have that now.
Mm-hmm.
That was a conversation I had at the weekend about. I said I think it would push people to go and stay at the higher end hotels, but then someone else commented basically saying it would negate people wanting to go and stay in those because you'd still get the early entry, which you don't need the Express if you use an early entry anyway.
If you want to go ride a Harry Potter ride in the afternoon, yeah.
That is true.
Or if you want to ride it multiple times, yeah.
But if you purchase the Express Pass at the gate, it's still only one ride, right?
Yes, which asks a question. I asked Seth and he didn't actually know. He said he's going to try and find out for us. I asked him if on those Express Passes, if you wanted to go both ways on the Hogwarts Express using Express Pass, would it count?
Mm-hmm.
Now, he said, as he said on that on his section there, that he used his after 4 p.m. and he actually went both ways on it. But he said he also got to ride Gringotts twice on it, which he shouldn't have been able to, so they weren't really on top of things. But it'd be interesting to see whether going one way and then back the other would class as two, or whether it's two separate rides.
I'm pretty sure they're two separate attractions.
I think so. I think that's how they handle it. I mean,
and I will say this, we are recording the day, like we're recording the holiday week of July 4th, and Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey right now has a posted hour-long wait, which is not very long. As far as the Universal attractions, they always overestimate a little bit. You're probably going to wait a little bit closer to 45 minutes for that. And plus, with Forbidden Journey, you have a constantly boarding ride system. So, I feel like it might be a little too late. Like, they should have incorporated this a long time ago if it really wanted to make a big impact. I understand why they didn't at that time, just to prevent from... I don't really know. Like, yeah, people want to check out your Harry Potter attraction. They're either going to cough up the cash to do it, or they're going to wait in a long line anyways. I feel like maybe they unveiled this like too late for it to really matter.
Do you think it's going to push up the standby line times, though? Because you're now having to filter in. You always had your single riders, but now you've then got a line of express pass people that are going to have to hold the standby line to push people in. Surely it's going to have an effect on the standby line.
Of course it is.
Maybe, but yeah, like it's going to make a difference, but I don't think... I feel like, yes, the Wizarding World's always going to be busy, but the people that really, 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 really wanted to check out the Wizarding World and were willing to stand in 3-hour lines have probably already done it.
Yeah.
True.
I'm disappointed that the Castle Tour line's gone.
Tell me.
But I had a conversation with Gregory the other day, and he said to me, at the end of the day, that line was set up for Express. It was always going to be at some point. They just, until they implemented it, they kept it as the Castle Tour line.
Mm-hmm. And technically, if you have an Express Pass, it's still a Castle Tour line.
Yeah, and you're going to get, and you think about it as well as an Express Pass, where you normally miss out on a lot of the queue. With Forbidden Journey, you're actually going to get a better queue because you go through a different portrait room, don't you?
Yeah,
and it was
always
more of an extended one.
Yeah, and it was so. For instance, it was surprised me that they did that for Forbidden Journey, but I don't think they incorporated that for Kong. Can anyone confirm that for me? Because I'm pretty sure Kong, you pass actually right back. You pass the whole scare actor like section of that attraction.
Yeah, you do.
So you like walk past the chanting room with the witch, you skip past the scare actor portion, and you go right into board on the vehicle. Like it surprises me for an attraction like Forbidden Journey, where they've designed essentially a secondary queue where everyone's going to get the full experience, even if you are using Express Pass. Mm-hmm. Like it's weird that the newer attractions are doing that as well. However, that might be because Kong has such a limited amount of space that it was kind of shoved into.
Awesome.
How is the Express Pass laid out for Gringotts? Like, is that the old single rider queue?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Because like the Express Pass, and you always have this with no matter what the theme park is, whether that's Disney or whether that's Universal, you skip the line. You're skipping, if you're a theme park fan, you just want to ride the ride. Okay, cool. But if you're skipping past the actual queue, I feel like you're missing part of that story. You have that problem with, we've told people about that for Spider-Man before and, other things like that. So
I think it goes for any ride. You ride it, you want to try and ride it the first time, go through the standby line and get that experience. It might not be an amazing experience. They're not all that type of queue, but we always tell people to go through the standby line first off and then express it after that if you feel the need to.
You're getting the full story then, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Darren, I believe you have a listener email for us.
I do, and it says, "Hello! First off, I love the show. Thank you all for entertaining me on my commute each week with some much-needed Universal love. Second, I just heard that Harry Potter rides have been added to the list of express locations at Universal. What? No, that's the wrong one. I'll be there for just one day during a family vacation, the last week in November of this year, the single day rather than several not being my choice, but I digress. Do you think it'd be worth it to grab Express now that includes the Harry Potter ride specifically at that time of year? We'll be there the Monday after Thanksgiving, and while I'd initially thought it wouldn't be worth the cost with a Harry Potter heavy crowd, now I'm second guessing that thought. Thanks all for being awesome. Best, Megan Riley." I don't, people have been getting by without having Express for Harry Potter for a long time. And I think the Monday after Thanksgiving is probably not going to be that bad crowd wise. But Express is always easier. So
I wonder where she's staying. whether she's staying. Oh, there only is 1 day on there.
Well, she's asking about Express, then she's probably not on site.
No,
I would
like
say
at
not.
one of those, so.
So not going to get early entry was what I was thinking.
True.
It's one of those things. It depends on what you value more, your time or your money.
But
Yeah, and it's 1 day. Are you doing a 2-park?
Yeah.
Like a park hopper for 1 day?
If that's the case, then definitely Express.
yeah, I mean, they
Yeah.
could judge it on the day, couldn't they? They could turn up, see how busy it is, and still go and get Express that day as long as they were available.
Yeah, but if you're trying to hit both parks in 1 day, I would definitely do the Express.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then you can knock it out multiple times as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
Yeah, I would agree.
But yeah, it's interesting, like you say, how long they've took this long. I mean, we put a post up at the weekend. I'll say thank you for everyone that shared it because it's been the biggest post we've had on Facebook at this point. I think it's reached something like 155,000 people, which is pretty crazy.
Wowza.
But yeah, it's like it really has hit a lot of people that it's such a massive thing, it seems, for people wanting to visit the parks that those rides now accept Express Pass. I think someone asked, I think it was Chris Rook asked on the Facebook page, is that every ride in the parks, in both parks now, that accept Express? And I said, I think so, and someone jumped in and said, I don't think Pteranodon Flyers does.
No, I don't think it does. No.
But I think other than that, everything else does. As far as I can think, that's an actual ride.
Technically, Pteranodon Flyers is a kiddie ride because if you don't have a kiddie,
It's still a ride.
you can't ride.
Whoa. I could bring my cat this entire time?
She said kiddie, not kitty.
What's the difference?
One's a small child, the other one's a
one's
feline.
one's got two more legs than the other. If you don't know the difference, you're not ready to be a parent.
Oh, Hunter. Oh, Hunter.
Baby Hunter. So much to learn.
But yes, pretty big news, actually, really.
It is. Awesome.
I think going back to kind of what Hunter said earlier on when we've been talking about stuff, I think we had a conversation about Express coming to Forbidden Journey. It must have been within the first 25 shows. That's how long it's been talked about.
Oh, yeah. Easily. Cool. Right. New subject, people.
Kind of.
What do you mean, kind of? It's all within the universal realm. Darren, do you want to give us some Halloween Horror Nights news? Or not?
No, because there's none. As we record this show, we still have no announcements regarding Halloween Horror Nights 27 since Stanley Kubrick's The Shining was announced.
But give it 20 minutes and there'll be an announcement.
I was waiting for one today, actually.
I was hoping so, but yeah. By this time last year, 4 houses had been announced, but so far this year, all we've seen is 2 houses, and Horror Night Nightmares have released the rumored 27 map, which might be a little different than what we thought.
Okay.
A brief casting call for characters and an email giving access to a sign-up site for people to become elite soul collectors. And on that page, there's a countdown clock. I think it was like for about 30 days.
Yeah.
It ends in August. What it's counting down to, we can only guess, but it's probably the full reveal, which will be the earliest full reveal, which is kind of ironic since it's the latest, like we've been getting updates.
I would like to complain. I tried to sign up to that to get my little bit of merchandise, but they wouldn't accept a British postcode.
Oh, man.
So I signed up, but I won't get anything sent out to me because they wouldn't accept my address.
Well, Lee, I didn't sign up either because my address is in a state of fluctuation.
It is a really strange year this year.
Do you feel that a lot of this is part of Volcano Bay, as in the same marketing team was working on Volcano Bay for so long, and now they're still kind of focused on promoting this like third theme park, as they're calling it, and Halloween Horror Nights has been kind of kicked to the side.
So in other words, they've dropped the ball.
Surely you would have an entirely separate marketing team for what is their biggest time of the year.
You would think so.
You would.
From what I've heard, is a lot of stuff is in flux even now. So
yeah, which is crazy.
Okay.
So is this when you say in flux, are we talking Scream being canned last minute state of flux?
Things like more like the icon changing.
Okay.
and like the main focus of things changing. I don't know. There's been a lot of different rumors going on, and things are changing like minute by minute. So
do you think it was because of some sort of like controversy? Like we've been talking about this voodoo theme, and like she was pulled back in, what was it, 24 or 25? Like, do you think they're trying to bring her back and there's more controversy and like they want to avoid all the backlash?
No, I think it's just like they're adding other things, or just the initial rumors were wrong to begin with. I have no idea, to be honest. It's just all gone crazy.
Yeah.
So my question for you guys is, so Angel and I were talking about this, but like, are you of the mindset, like my point of view is I kind of wish that we were getting these individual house announcements and maybe like one announcement for the original houses. The reason being is I feel like that gives me a little bit more time to get excited about the individual houses. But I know some people like just having all that information right there, but I feel like you lose stuff in the shuffle because you're focusing on the big announcements and not like smaller. I mean, I think we're all in agreement here. Like the original properties are all what we're most excited for to see what comes around.
I think so. And I think they gave us some clues actually in the video that they released, the video teaser.
Oh yeah, the one I was in.
Yes. Yes, indeed. They're basically I grabbed some screenshots out of there, and there was like 4 distinct ones, which from what we've heard, the rumors are there are 4 original houses this year, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
One being what we thought was a Catacombs Gothic crossover, but now the rumors are changing into more of a Saws and Steam Gothic crossover.
That would be stunning.
Sorry, excuse me, Saws and Steam Catacombs crossover.
Wow. Saws and Steam is one of them ones that I've looked back when we've been covering it on the show that I always wished I'd got to see that.
Yeah, when you look at the pictures, the person that I said was Lee, by the way, is a bald man, and he is wearing dog tags. Which people were like, Havoc, no.
Yeah.
To begin with, but even if it's them, it's kind of interesting crossing it with something else, and I think that's something that they'll do since Body Collectors went so well.
Yes, well, they all crossovers that year, weren't they? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Because like Run was Run, but inside Hellgate Prison.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want a sci-fi house so bad, though.
Well, you might be in luck because people have been, the Ifrit and a couple of other, I think HHN Vault have been posting some things indicating like the Thing might be coming back again.
Why? Man. Is it an anniversary this year?
But I don't know where that will go and how that'll fit into the lineup.
No.
Like I said, there's been a lot of rumors going on.
So this is the 45th anniversary of the Thing, is that right?
Is it
82? Was it 82?
How old do you think I bloody am?
What?
No.
45th, and it was 82.
I was born in 83.
Good God.
Yes, well, I remember a time.
I do agree with what Hunter said, though. I do think it's difficult because I would much rather they did smaller reveals per house. But I think with us being connected in the way we are and keeping an eye on all the rumors and stuff like that, it's difficult to not find out like the leaked lists anyway. And a lot of the time, like I remember doing the leaked list for Halloween Horror Nights 25, Darren, with you. I think we did a special episode about it with me, you, and Tracy. And that, if I remember rightly, that leaked list was pretty much exactly what we got.
Yeah.
Except for Scream,
Yes.
Horror Night Nightmares is usually really good. They don't normally put up their speculation map until it's pretty much confirmed.
So, I mean, Mr. Aiello, who we're friends with just like through the podcast and everything, like he tweeted out, our friend Shelby tweeted, and she was like, Vampire 74, which was some of this leaked house. Not, please don't make that happen. And then Mike was like, you have nothing to worry about that one. So I think you have a but?
I think there's still going to be a vampire house, and I still think it's going to be set in the Conjuring house, the house that was supposed to be the Conjuring. Okay. Because they had all the props ordered up for it and ready to go. So for the most part, you're going to see a Scream type situation with the Purge. But Okay, here it is. Here's my weird speculation based on a lot of different rumors, including ones from like Legacy, who in the past has been very much in the know. He gave a rumor saying like, remember, vampires must be invited in.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking is it's around that period, like a period of the 70s, but it's a costume party, or as the UK people would call it, the fancy dress party.
Ah, yes.
Yes, quite. But yeah, everybody.
Eat your black pudding.
Obviously, it'll be a lot easier to be invited into the party if you're dressed up in a costume, right?
Yes.
True.
And one of the snapshots we got looked very much like a clown vampire, very much out of focus. But in the previews, it did show something that looked very similar to that. So what I'm speculating on, or what I thought even more, was like it looked like, like your standard like girl cat costume, where you got like the face paint on and that kind of thing, but also with vampire fangs. So what I'm speculating on is that it's going to be like a costume party where the vampires have all donned costumes, and that's how they've gained access to the party and killed everybody inside.
That sounds
And
pretty
if
cool,
that
actually.
that's awesome. And if not, they should do that instead.
Well, I talked about this before, but if you are going to do Vamp 74, check this out, Halloween Horror Nights. I've got you. I've got your idea. So what you're going to do is we're going to follow the adventures of Richard Nixon, vampire hunter.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
No.
I am not a criminal.
Gets kicked out of the presidency. He's got to find a new job, and vampire hunting is his true calling. I'm just saying. It's a perfect idea.
It's different.
Not Abraham Lincoln.
That's
Abraham
what
Lincoln, vampire hunter?
Yeah.
I can't see that working.
The film was terrible from what I remember of it.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even remember.
No, I don't remember anything about it, I'll be honest. It was pretty terrible.
Well, there you go.
A Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies. That was terrible as well.
Yeah.
Isn't that the
Hey,
Natalie Portman one?
zombies.
No, it was a British thing. It was awful.
It had zombies in it. I was happy.
But it does, I mean, what are we at this point before it starts? 15th September, so July, August, we're sort of...
6 weeks out?
About 10 weeks.
10 weeks out,
10
yeah.
weeks, which
Missed a month
isn't
out.
long, and we've still got, 7 houses to announce, plus the scare zones, plus the shows.
Yep.
So, Darren, let me ask you, if things are in such a state of flux, like, does it make you worried about the event as a whole, or do you think they're going to deliver under pressure?
I think they're going to deliver. I think this actually is going to give them some like old school, like I don't know, like it feels like they gave more effort back in the day. So I think this is kind of like snapping them into shape, so to speak.
Instead of relying on the audience's nostalgia or affinity for the property, they're going to have to just kind of pull off of what they've learned over the last 27 years or whatever it might be.
Yeah, and they're pretty good at that. So I feel pretty safe about it.
Yes, very interesting. But
what's going to go on with as far as the icon goes, or if there's going to be an icon, because the Hornets themselves tweeted like a really weird tweet as a reply to somebody that asked if there was an icon, and they tweeted back like years that there weren't an icon.
Weird.
23, 24, 27.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, interesting.
Weird.
And then another person tweeted out, like, it means no icon, or is that what they want you to think? And they just replied, ding, ding, hashtag.
Yeah,
27.
But that could mean anything. That could mean you got it
their
right.
Social media team has been really weird as far as Horror Nights goes this year.
Yeah, the ding ding could be, yes, you got it right. That's what we want you to think. Or it could be, ding ding, there is no icon.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
or is there an
Hornets
icon known for a ding ding?
Yeah. Well, the Horror Nights Twitter has always been like a goofy thing, but this year it's been like, I don't know, they're not even like acting scary like they normally do. They're like replying like conversationally to a lot of different people, and it's weird, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the whole marketing angle this year has been off, and it's really, I don't know, messing with the Dead Man's Digest at least.
Yeah.
Because we really want to do a Dead Man's Digest, and we just need some more information so that we can.
Well, ILO's not even in the country at the moment, is he? He's out and about. I think he's actually over here at this point.
He's not as much a part of
he
it
has
anymore,
very
is
little
he?
to do with it, as far as he says, Patrick
So
Brailliard
maybe
and the
this
marketing
is-
team is who we need to look at for that kind of information.
Yeah.
So because this is one of the first years where you are really kind of like passing the torch in a lot of senses, do you think that maybe they're just having to get their bearings and stuff this year and start to figure out like how they're going to approach it from here on out.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is more evidence of just like marketing taking over and not doing a great job this time, but we'll see.
Right. I think we've exhausted that then, haven't we, really?
Yeah, there's not a lot of... Considering there's nothing to talk about, really. I think we did quite well.
Yeah. Well, we're kind of running out of time. I was going to talk to Darren Hunter about riding Fallon, but we'll save that for next time.
Yes.
We will.
Hunter already gave his brief little review of it at the beginning, but...
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
It's all right. There you go.
No, I want to hear more in depth about it from you too.
Go ride Stormforce Acceleron.
Absolutely, on its birthday.
You don't even have to get a return time.
No.
It's great.
That's it. So, that's kind of it for show 255. Hope you've enjoyed it. We certainly have.
It's been a weird one.
It has. Just a bit. So we shall see you on the next one.
Well, that wraps up another Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Thanks for listening. Between shows, please subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes. It really helps. But if you're not an Apple user, you can find us on Stitcher, YouTube, Google Play, or wherever great podcasts are found. Head over to our blog at uuopodcast.com for show notes, articles, and more. You can get in touch with us by emailing podcast@uuopodcast.com or leave us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/uuopodcast. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. Just search UUO Podcast. And if you're planning a trip to Universal Orlando or Walt Disney World, please check out our sponsors by going to mouseandmuggle.com to book your next trip. Well, that's a wrap. See you next week.